In some way, it is not right for people to be dead when they remain so much alive in other people's minds. And that need not depend on how they die, but more on how they lived, and who had had to pay the cost of how they lived. Many long years lie between him and the summers of his youth when he used to sketch from nature. Not now. Since then, painting has become a mystery, a function of his arms and hands in sweeping blows against the obvious. He claimed he really didn't know quite how he did it. Each painting built its way toward him, that's all, and built its way reluctantly by grudging increments as with an old vendetta. This being so, each layer had to be a life let go. Now you see what there is to see. He admired as much as was there to admire, which mainly meant the growing things, the people who had moved behind their faces. People became his subject, and the unfolding origami of a character as found in life. He laid them bare in sweeping arcs of cryptopathic line and colour freed from form. So this was where he ended up, here at Bribie Island, with a beard and mashed right ear, determined to live without money, scrounging a life. His pet goanna bit his ear, and now that same goanna bit him on the foot. I shall move on when I must, he said. Much the sort of pleasure he supposed some others got from their religion. His hut being near the town dump was why rats bothered him so much. He and the local council did not know each other. That is, they knew about each other, much as he and his parents had known about each other. That is, they even might have seen each other, maybe at the island post office, or maybe not. But just having heard tell meant they knew, and so the battle lines were drawn, till they must go, or he must go. All the people knew it must be him. He lived on Bribie Island as a hermit lives. And here at last was where he brought it all together, in deeply layered brushstrokes, the language that life had taught him, with outlines fluid, changing, as they settled into pictures, blending the human figure with the unity of its surroundings, the shack itself, the bay, the mirror, all were one. Painting, he said, like a tree, organic, earthy, inevitable. Figures and landscape appear, recede, ambiguous as solid forms, descriptive as an abstract. The textures were given by where he lived, the winding roots of mangroves, the up and down of eucalyptus leaves, the elements, he might explain, while fumbling for a conversational reply, are overlaid and fused, you see, much the way we trace a Byzantine icon back to its sacred origins. Oh, and as for London, last time I was there, he said, and his eyes were far away, everyone I knew was dead, and no one knew that I was alive. In conclusion, he might add, when minutes had elapsed, one can get terribly tired of tinned soup. As for me, he agreed at a later date, I'm looking what I fear I am, a hobo. I like a mess. I like to make a mess, then make something out of it. When the mess is your own, and you make something out of it, you end up with something totally you. But when the nights are cold, and often they are, he explained by way of wishing us goodbye, I huddle under piles of dirty garments which give no heat. Misery, that's the truth of it. This is not a life you'd choose, nor really did I.